Hello and welcome to ETTO's Catch Up, the only show where you can tell that we're trying to find the script. I'm Will.
I'm Josh.
And on today's show, I can do this once.
And scary movies, scary games. I didn't think of a thing.
Very nice. Very nice. It's okay. You're ill.
I'm illin'.
Yeah.
Oh, awful. How's your week been?
Yeah, great. I haven't done anything in a while.
Yeah.
We didn't do a pod last week, so I guess the biggest thing was there was a lovely little IGN mixer with a bunch of game journos and stuff, which was fun. The weirdest part about it was in basically a warehouse that also had like a house attached to it, and so the bathroom component of it it was a bathroom, like it was a house's bathroom.
Yeah, right.
So it was there was just two bathrooms, which meant they were small.
That's pleasant.
Yeah, but they're also not designed, like, not nice. Like, it's like if you imagine what a house would look like next to a warehouse, it's not a very nice house.
Sure.
And they didn't have hand towels, they just had a towel. So, within half an hour of a big event, the towel was wet.
That also means there's only two toilets?
Yes, correct.
For
a big old event. And also the burgers were horrendous. It was like a food truck. I was awake.
Doing well.
Half an hour ago.
I'm so tired.
I got up at 10 to 9. 10 to 10.
Yeah, so did I. You messaged me and were like, give me 10 minutes. I'm like, I'm in
Give
bed.
me half.
you can have
5, I'm ready. Yeah, the food truck was awful. So,
damn.
Fix that. But good vibes.
Sometimes food trucks are pretty good.
Yeah, this was
maybe
like
50% of the time. Yeah, they're fine.
50% of the time. This one was like stale buns and average meat.
Oh,
which is what I would call my autobiography.
Stale buns and average meat. That's one of the best ones.
Yeah, I like that one.
That's very good.
I'll take that to my grave, but hopefully I'll write it before then. How are you doing, Josh?
Oh, I'm so tired. I'm good. I've been quite sick this week. Bad throat that led to just bad congestion and stuff, but didn't stop me going to another show last night.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
You really look after your health. You really look after your health.
Do I ever? It's great.
Oh dear.
This is not a show that you're aware of that I was going to.
Yeah.
Because you're aware that I
one of 6
have many shows. Yeah. Because I wasn't aware until 4 days ago that I was going to this. Neither did my girlfriend, but she really wanted to go see a little indie musician who I'm pretty sure got kind of big off one of their songs getting big on TikTok, I believe. You seem to be nodding. I feel like you know exactly who I'm talking about. His name is Harry Styles. We went to see Harry Styles last night.
Very cool.
It was pretty freaking great. Yeah, he was awesome. Very good fun. Very sweet. Like, he did his little interactions with the audience, just like play a few songs and then just stop and have a walk around and have a chat to people. My girlfriend loves his latest 2 albums, especially Harry's House, just obsessed.
Yeah.
I had been listening ever since she said she got the tickets, but she didn't know. So while we were in the car on the way, driving in, she put on some music. She's like, I got to show you some of his stuff. And as soon as she put on some of Harry's House album, I was like singing along.
Yeah, good.
And she was like, what?
You should have played. You should have played the bit all the way into the concert. You should have played the bit.
I was tossing up whether to, because we tried to catch the train.
Yeah.
And then when we got to the train station, the trains were down for my line for some reason. So we walked all the way back, got in the car, and I was like, do I do it now? And then we can talk about it. And then we can have like the discussion, or do I wait until this show?
Because you can talk about it on the way home.
Like, it's true. We can.
Gotta play that bit, man. You gotta play that bit harder.
It was great. She was freaking stoked.
Yeah, good.
She was so stoked that I knew anything.
Yeah.
So that was really good fun. But yeah, one of the interactions, he went up and was talking to this girl, and he was like, "What's your name?" She's like, "Valve."
All right.
Valve. I've never heard that.
Oh, like
before.
the guy with the funny little valve on the back of his head when I open up Half-Life. Wow.
Of course.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what he said.
it was like, how do you spell that? It's VAUVE, Valve.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, where's that name from? She's like, my mum named me that, and her mum was standing next to her.
Yeah.
It was like, what's your name? It's like, Lisa. It's like,
wow.
not even, you know, she was like, that's French. It's a French name. And he was like, wait, everyone was laughing.
Yeah.
He's like, wait. Lisa is also French. And everyone just sort of laughed a bit. He's like, it's not. I don't know what it is. I think she had like a poster or something that she unraveled.
Yeah.
And he was like, do you want me to read that out? And she was like, yeah. And it was like, help me come out to my parents. My mum's next to me and my dad's in like, you know, section 32 row,
good.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very
like,
sweet.
I think I've already done it. He's like, but let's make this good. And he turns around to the band and he's like, can we get some coming out music? And I was expecting like, I don't know what I was expecting, but it was like heavy, like disco beat, like
Sick.
so like just a huge party.
Good.
And everyone's just like going nuts, like dancing to it and stuff. It was very, very fun.
That's very
it was
sweet.
super sweet. Yeah. So I think that probably also didn't do too well for my voice because I was also singing along to a few songs.
I haven't got tickets yet, but I may see him soon. It may be happening. So I'm very
good. Yeah.
Because I fucking adore the man.
He's
so
great.
hopefully I'll catch him.
I thought you would be stoked because you just nonstop send me like TikToks
all these interactions
and videos and stuff. Yeah, just those fun interactions and stuff. I'm like, I feel like if I didn't know when the Sydney show was, but I'm like, we could have the same surprise news this week.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Be good fun.
No, haven't seen it yet. Nice. Maybe. But definitely it's the news.
It definitely is.
We kick us off with a very quick one. Yeah, I had a little.
I was just going to say that took me by surprise.
Yeah. That's what we do.
Kind of wish I didn't say that now because I've just stumbled over it. I've ruined the flow.
Speaking of flow and music, let's very quick little bit of news about another musical. Last time we were here, we talked about two musicals, or at least two events live that had music.
Yes.
And this is another one. Disneyland Resort have announced that very soon a short one-act version of Rogers the Musical will be coming to Disney California Adventure Park. So Rogers the Musical, of course, the Hawkeye musical that exists in the show.
Oh, crap.
So it's limited time only for this summer.
One act.
A single act is interesting because that would imply maybe an extra 2 songs or something. Not just the one we've seen.
So it's going to be like a 15-minute show.
Yeah. 15 to 30, yeah. Which is very cool.
I guess a musical is like 3 hours.
Yeah. So it could be about half an hour.
It could be like, half hour, 45.
Which is cool.
Interesting.
There's no dates or anything extra apart from that, but there's a nice little teaser of the park's Captain Carter in like the blue trench coat walking towards the theater with a little flyer, and it's very sweet, which is cool.
Sick.
And this is I could do this once because there's no way I could sit through this more than once. It's like so like hardcore cringy musical that it's like I'm sure it would be hard to see it even once. It would be so like painfully that.
So ham.
So ham. It'd be cool to see. I don't know. It doesn't really have anything on the creatives behind it or anything, like if they've brought back the team that worked on it for the show, but I assume they would. But yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool if it's a condensed version of Avengers, because of course the bit in the show is just a section of it. So it'd be cool if it's a single act condensed version of Avengers with maybe a song at the end, top and tail, with that in the middle or something. Maybe a reprise. Maybe a single reprise.
Fun.
But yeah.
That does sound pretty cool.
Which is sweet. I don't know why Disney do so many limited time things though. Like I know, like I it would only last maybe a year or two, but it's like when they get a character in, like at Halloween, they brought in Werewolf by Night, and he was around like the park, and then he's never there again. And like the zombies from Marvel Zombies, it's like, just keep him around, man.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be so fun.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, which theme park's that?
Disney California. So,
okay.
I don't know where that one is. Is that, California?
I guess.
Adventure Park.
Probably.
There it is.
Yeah. Cool. That's awesome.
Which is fun.
We need to go to America.
I know. And Star Wars Celebration isn't coming back next year. It's coming back the year after, which means 2025. Unless it's here in Australia, because Revenge of the Sith 2005. It's a nice 20-year anniversary. Maybe they'll hold Star Wars Celebration here.
Ooh.
We'll see.
There you go.
2 news in 1? Oh!
Crazy. I have 1 news in 1.
Yep.
About 2 different people.
Oh!
I feel like we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about, getting a letter from YouTube CEO Susan.
Nailed it. Yeah.
She's stepping down.
Oh, no.
Stepping down as the CEO.
I only just learned her name.
Yeah. So did I just then. Yeah. Nailed it. So she put out a press release, but the main part that I took out of it was basically just why she's doing it. And she said she wants to start a new chapter focused on her family, health, and personal projects that she's passionate about. There's going to be a handover to the new CEO, so she'll be sticking around for a little bit to handle that. And she said she will continue being a advisor to Google and Alphabet.
Oh, wow.
Is Alphabet like?
I think it's just the overall. I don't know what the fuck. What is? It's just a tech company.
Like a parent company.
Yeah, it's a parent tech company, basically.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So she's going to be stay an advisor.
Yeah. Okay.
To those companies. Neil Mohan is the new head of YouTube. And from the one tweet that I saw, he is also the guy that came up with the idea of NFT integration, just the whole concept.
Cool.
So
that feels good.
There's a lot of people that ain't happy about this one. Apparently he's just like a,
tech
metaverse crypto shill kind of dude. So,
cool.
people ain't stoked about this move. I think people were pretty fine with Susan.
Yeah.
Don't think they're too stoked about Neil.
It says he's been chief product officer.
Can't even spell his name right either.
Good. Yeah, it's Neal. That's what a wild spelling. He's been there since 2015 as chief product officer. So he's done his time, but maybe he's going to do his crime now. That might be the
YouTube's done. It's all over.
I mean, it's already pretty bad out there.
Yeah.
I always find
Twitch, baby.
I find it funny.
Twitch.tv/ETTO
online.
Sorry.
Yeah, good luck. When people say they're stepping down for family, it's like you're stepping down because you have money.
Yeah.
It's like, just say it. It's fine. Like,
you're retiring.
Yeah, you're good.
It's fine. It's fine.
That's very good. That's very sweet, and I hope that everything goes well for her. But
yeah,
hopefully YouTube is still here in however long.
Like a year.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, look, fuckhead bought Twitter and nothing really changed. So.
Did for a while.
Well, people thought it was changing. It was like if you looked at it hard enough, it changed. But if you just use Twitter, it's just been a pretty normal ride for the last year.
Fair.
So hopefully nothing changes. Pheasants, they're going away. Although I think Pheasants is very specific. Angry Birds is no longer on the Android App Store, and it is being rebranded as Red's First Flight for iOS.
Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect rename.
We'll all remember that. Rovio.
Is there a reason? Like I saw.
Yeah,
I'll let you tell.
Is there a reason? Let me talk. No, Josh, I don't know. I just know this part of the story. It's a strange reason because Rovio basically said that the game is impacting their wider games portfolio, and so they've decided to unlist it. I don't understand that.
Because that's expanding by removing games.
Correct. And they were also like, we appreciate that this game made a whole movie and franchise, but we just don't think it's worth having around anymore, which is just bizarre. So
I'm pretty sure it also is costing them nothing to have it there.
There's totally. It's like a $3 Apple sometimes, so it's getting the money, if anything.
Maybe the only cost is like some
data storage.
Database space, on like, I don't know, probably Amazon Web Services or something. I don't know.
I guess it's potentially one of those things, but it's like, I think about it within my company, and you're probably the same. It's probably someone's job to keep these older games updated, but it's like, it's one game.
Yeah.
But maybe the infrastructure of these new mobile phones, it's getting harder to make the game just function, potentially.
Yeah.
But
I have recently had to jump into a project that is 5 or 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 5 or 6 year old version of Unity. It's awful. It's so bad. There's like features that just do not exist.
Yeah. Maybe it's a bit of that. They're just tired of keeping it up to date.
It's tough. It's pretty rough. I kind of wouldn't have been surprised if they had just remade it at this stage, though.
Yeah.
In a newer version of Unity.
Totally.
Pretty easily.
Well, like, yeah, potentially they are renaming it something that's not Angry Birds, so it can be freed up on the shop, potentially, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Like the name is now not there, so they can just do it.
So they can make maybe just a total remake.
Which would be cool.
Yeah.
But knowing that, it would be a microtransaction thing. Like, it wouldn't come back in the same form it left.
Yeah.
Sadly, all those changes happened on Thursday, February 23rd. I found about the story on that on Thursday, so I totally could have done it. But now, as an Android user, I can never play Angry Birds ever again on my phone. So yeah.
Does that also mean... Because it said, like, if you had it, it would stay there.
Yes.
But they've renamed it.
But they've renamed it for iOS. So iOS users will have it renamed, but it's not being renamed. It's just gone for Android users.
Right. So I can...
You can still download. It may still be called Angry Birds because they've said Red's First Flight in App Store pending further review. So it may not be renamed yet.
I've got Angry Birds 2 and Red's First Flight as the bottom
There you go.
Which I think must be Angry Birds 1.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I feel like as well, at some point, I had tried to download Angry Birds 1 and it was not available anyway.
Yeah, okay. So maybe they put the effort in to keep it around for Apple.
Yeah. I will also note that I had Angry Birds at some stage and... So that would mean I should just be able to download it, but this is currently $1.50 for Red's First Flight.
Interesting.
So I feel like they have renamed it, re-uploaded it as a totally different game.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm pretty sure Angry Birds 1 was not available anymore to download anyway.
Yeah.
And now people are going to be like, I need to get it quickly. So now they're probably just going to make a whole bunch of extra money.
Cheeky.
We figured it out.
Rovio.
We've got you, Rovio.
Cheeky buggers.
Dang it.
There you go. And I can never play with my birds now, but that's okay.
Oh.
Go on.
Probably so many.
Yeah. I can play Angry Birds Star Wars.
Clones.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Speaking of Star Wars, which is a movie, Blumhouse Productions, which makes movies, is making a game sector.
They are.
So cool. Not that I'll play them. I don't play horror games.
Like horror games.
But they're making game sector. They're going to be making games for mobile, PC, and console. A mobile horror game. That just popped into my head.
That feels pretty unique.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that
Yeah.
often. It probably exists.
Or maybe...
If it's just zombies, it's...
Yeah, or maybe as they're just getting into the cup, they're just like, we'll do them everywhere. We don't know if it'll work.
We have no idea. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I feel like they'll just be like a publisher, maybe.
Yeah.
So other people will just come to them with horror-type games.
I don't want to step on your news because this was a piece of news we did on Back Pocket as well.
Sure.
But they're basically just... They exist and they're going to be funding other people's games, which is really cool. They're going to be seeking projects that are already in existence and they're like, we have money and we have a name, so like, let's do this, which is quite cool.
Nice. That's fine that you steal my news because that was the end of it because I had a lot more. Because I went on a bit of a deep dive from here. Because I looked into Blumhouse. I was like, what have they made? They made Megan. They made like Halloween. They made... freaking what's the
Purge and Whiplash and
Whiplash,
Get Out and yeah.
So horror movies and Whiplash. I guess it's kind of a horror movie in a way.
Yeah, it's a thriller.
And then I wanted to see whether they had made the greatest horror film of all time, when I came across an article written 5 days ago. The article comes from fortress.co.za.
Okay.
Entitled Brightburn 2, Why the Superman horror film deserves a sequel. For those playing at home, Blumhouse did not make Brightburn. Sony did.
God damn it.
But 5 days ago, this article came out. 5 days ago.
Perfect.
On Brightburn. So I'm just gonna talk about that for a second.
Good.
Because everyone knows that it's a fantastic
great
film.
movie.
It was one of the most in-depth articles on this sort of level that I've ever read.
Yeah, okay.
Like, it was so, they're breaking down the film, like the plot, the actors, like, of the first film and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they just go on like a deep dive onto all these different concepts of what the sequel could be.
Okay.
Why it deserves one and stuff. Like, it wasn't like a funny, fun, silly, like, Kotaku article or anything. It's like, this guy has really thought about this. And like, this is like his essay.
Interesting.
Kind of like, his elevator pitch on
the sequel.
Ideas on what the sequel should be. It was really funny to read. And he's like, it's starring, and then named 15 actors in that film.
This is starting to sound like one of the algorithmic articles.
Possibly could be, yeah. I don't know, maybe.
Because there's the crazy thing when you search a very specific thing and Google's like, I got nothing. And so it creates an article for you. So it may be one of these. But
it could be.
I'm intrigued.
So the article said, this is the big part. The article said, at the time of writing, there has been no official announcement about a Brightburn sequel.
Yes.
However, director David Yarovesky, I think I nailed that.
That sounds pretty good.
Has expressed interest in continuing the story, and producer with Screen Rant. What? Dope. And producer James Gunn, I skipped a line, has said that he has ideas on how to expand the Brightburn universe.
Oh, God.
In a 2019, not too long ago, interview with Screen Rant, Yarovesky said, I think there are definitely more stories to be told in this universe. And if the audience wants it, which they do, we'd be thrilled to tell those stories.
Oh, no.
My only thought process while also reading this article was the kids in that film are definitely adults now.
Yeah.
So they almost have to scrap that and start over.
Yeah.
Or, because like, surely at this stage, the evil young Justice League has already destroyed the whole planet.
Yeah.
You jump forward and you're like, oh, they've just existed for 10 years.
Yeah.
No, that absolutely not. Is the world still in existence by the end of that freaking film? So I don't know how they could continue this, because it's like it's an old movie. It's not 10 years, but
Yeah. I love that what you just did was very similar to I recorded the thing with Sam and brought out the La La Land piano and tried to...
it was 2019, so the interview was directly
right
after
off the back of it.
Out.
Yeah, good.
Never mind then. Yeah, sorry, go.
I recorded a thing with Sam recently, and it's very similar to the way you described the movie to me just then. When I put the La La Land thing down, he's like, oh, like another stool. And I'm like, it's Felonious Smoke Stool. And he's like, what? And I'm like, at the start of the movie when he's talking to his sister and he's just eyes glazed over. And when you went, the evil young Justice League, I was like, I guess that happened. I don't fucking remember. Like, you said that with such confidence in a way that, like, we would talk about a Marvel film that we both have, like, extensive knowledge on. And so when you said that, I'm like, maybe.
My bad. There's a post-credit scene, and there's, like, a little news section where
I don't think
people are
that.
like, there's sea creatures that are attacking humans, and
I see.
There's a little girl with a lasso that's strangling people.
Yep.
And you see little shots of like kids with, a kid with sea creatures.
Yeah. So
a kid that looks like a mini Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
so that's
funny.
why I'm like, sequels, because they set one up.
Because I think I watched it at home.
There.
And I think once the credits rolled, I just stopped watching because I was like, I've seen enough. I didn't know that there was a post credit. So there you go. Wow.
No, they pushed for a sequel.
Wow.
It was there. They set it up. That's why I keep coming back to it.
I see.
'Cause I'm like, it was there. It's sitting there.
God,
They had ideas.
if only the producer didn't move on to create the Justice League. If only he wasn't just busy making the real one now.
Yeah.
I guess he's... I mean...
But the article was written 5 days ago, Will. It can't possibly be wrong.
What a journey we just went on.
Fortress.co.za.
That's all the news we've got for this week. So let's
that news.
Let's get the get out of here. Welcome to the ad read. This week we're going to thank Joshy20, who looks after our community. A lot more last year, but we've kind of toned it down this year for our community meetups. Very thankful for you, dude.
We had the first one this week.
First one this week.
Cool.
I always get excited opening the chat and seeing how many people are in there.
Lovely.
Just the night times, unless we're streaming, is a no screens time a lot of the time. So
It's a hard time. I was very sick that night too. That was my worst point. So I was like, nah, can't do it.
excuses.
Just can't. Yeah.
Excuses.
Bad, but oh man, I just couldn't.
We should jump in on one because they're always very fun as well.
They are.
So
Yeah.
thank you for bringing our community together. Thanks for keeping the Discord active. And that's that. This is cues from Muse. These are where we can get the cues from Muse. If you want to submit these cues, head to patreon.com/each to their own, get into our Discord, and submit them in the hashtag AskEtto channel where there is a Google Sheet. It seems like a long process, but if you just follow it, it's pretty quick.
It's pretty fast.
It's seamless.
There is an ad at the moment, I think, for like an Optus, Optus Extras kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really easy. And there's like 8 steps in like this 15, 20, 30 second like YouTube ad for Optus. It's like, just go to the website, log in, click this tab, scroll down, click on extras, and then select what extras you want, and then press apply.
Jesus.
It's like, guys,
Make a custom URL.
not the way to do it.
Just fucking make it easy.
totally. Go to this website, sign in, and they're all there.
And we're done.
That's it. It's so long. It's the dumbest ad.
Dumb. Hate it. What I don't hate is a question that I've bracketed and written, I fucked up and deleted the name, but I'm sure it was real funny. So I can't remember who sent this question.
Great.
But it's an interesting one for us to revisit, because it says revisiting the desert island 2 years later. Would you still take the same comics? Have there been series you've read since that you'd moved on to the list, and why? What would you remove from the desert island comic list to make room, and why? And because we've read quite a few more big names because of Comic Book Club, there might be some changes. Josh, you said Death and Return of Superman, Scott Pilgrim, that's staying there, Spider-Geddon, Reign and Spider-Gwen, the Zelda manga, and Hawkeye are with your list.
Yep.
Would you nudge anything there?
I'm just looking at it. It's such a funny list because only 3 of those I've actually read.
Yeah. Yeah.
I started to read Death of Superman. Never read the Zelda manga, but that just freaking keeps on growing.
It does.
Every time, like nearly every year when we go back to Supernova, there's another 2
And you're like, no.
or 4 to buy. Like, stop. I'm pretty sure Twilight Princess is not that long.
Yeah.
We're into like 12 or something. Like, jeez.
What would you replace Death and Return of Superman with? Because that's really the one, right?
It's kind of the one.
Yeah.
Because then if I then replace it, I feel like I added this on there because it's a very long read. So there's a lot in there that I could go and read.
Yes. Yeah, you were being smart about it.
Yeah. And that has since, I guess, probably been overtaken in my collection of a lot of things to read by Batman Nightfall.
Yeah.
So there's just like, there's 3 or 3.5 volumes because I also have a prelude comic that has a few leading up to that. Maybe that. I've heard really good things about that. I think that's the Break His Back one with and all that stuff.
Yeah.
In lockdown, I just went and bought a bunch of Batman comics because I'm like, I'm going to have so much time, and then didn't read any of them, except for Batman Universe, which is one I kept sending you pictures of. I think it came out at the start of 2020 as well, so it was like fresh.
Yeah.
Brian Michael Bendis. I think that was during his little transition from Marvel
Yes.
over to DC. Batman Universe was quite fun. It was a fun read. It was almost a Marvel-esque read with Batman sort of traveling through time.
Yeah.
Chasing old mate. What's his name?
Dead.
Flash.
Not Dead. It's not Savage. It's...
Yeah,
Savage. Yeah, Vandal Savage.
Yeah.
I went to call him Damian Savage. That's why I was confused.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Vandal Savage, chasing him through time across different time periods and stuff, which was very fun. And to Gorilla City, stuff like that. And he ends up going with Green Lantern. Who just doesn't want to be there. He's just it's very fun.
Yeah, cool.
It's a good read. It's short though. It's it's not a big omnibus.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what I need.
Yeah, maybe. Or you can slash it like you've slashed everything else in here. You can slash it onto Nightfall. You can just chuck it in there.
It's true. Just Batman.
Yeah. Look at your list. There are
Why not?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 comics in our
8 out of 5, baby.
8 out of 5. I apparently had Kraven's Last Hunt, Civil War, The Dark Knight Returns, Darth Vader from 2015, and Life Story. I think most of those are gone.
Spider-Man Life Story, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
I think Life Story is still there, so I need 4. I would definitely put the Hawkeye run in there. I think
cool.
I think I didn't because we were doing the let's not double up, but let's not be silly.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
Maybe we're on the same island, so we didn't need to bring it together. But
that's right.
Now, if we're separate from I'll bring Hawkeye. I would bring the Visions, because Visions is very good and very dense. I could have some nice philosophical discussions.
Very nice.
I'd probably bring Alita, because from the very little we read, it was very good. Yeah. And again, that's a very thick, dense bunch of comics.
Yeah. And if you bring the volumes rather than just the one that we read, or the half that we read or something.
Yeah, I'd bring the entire run of Alita.
Nice. And all of the extras, all of the mangas that come with it, like the side things and stuff.
You know what? My boat's big.
Yeah? Very good. There's so much Alita to read.
Yes.
Weirdly, that just came up in a conversation with me recently.
Yeah, right.
Alita Battle Angel.
A conversation with you?
That's the only person that would care.
Yeah, in your cold fever state, you're just like, remember Alita?
I think I was talking about the Lego Movie 2.
Okay.
With my girlfriend, and I was like, I remember going to IMAX and I saw Alita Battle Angel in IMAX, I believe. But Lego Movie 2 was also showing. And I'm like, I don't know if I made the wrong decision.
Yeah.
But then I talked about how I really wanted a sequel to that and it will never come. And the freaking character drop at the end. Just
so stupid.
I feel like people would want the sequel if they watched the movie and saw the character, the actor reveal at the end of that movie.
It's very
weird. They would want to see it, but no one knows.
No.
And then I looked up the actors. I'm like, holy crap, this had a cast.
Bloody Christoph Waltz. I don't know how they got Christoph Waltz into that movie, but
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. So that and then I think the final one would potentially be, but the show's doing it better. Another dense big omnibus of maybe Invincible.
I was as you were saying that, I'm like, oh, I wonder if it's going to be.
Yeah. Potentially Invincible, because I feel like I've enjoyed the universe of what we've read and what we've seen, so I'd be intrigued to see where it goes. And then hopefully when I come back from my desert island, I can watch what the show's been up to, because the show, at some point it will fucking come back.
It's soon, right?
Yeah, it's April or something.
Meant to be this year. Yeah. That's soon.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's where I'd probably sit. So
nice.
I don't think I had read many comics at that point. Similar to you, I definitely had not read Civil War or Darth Vader, and I'd read some of Kraven's Last Hunt. So it was very much let's pick the big ones.
Nice.
So
fair.
Thank you. I fucked up and deleted the name, but I'm sure it was real funny.
Very good. I'm going to jump up right up the top of our list.
Yep.
Say Dolphin Pants, who has taken my advice. So has Dion in the one underneath me, which is lovely. But for new things, you have asked the question and answered it. Thank you so much. Top 5 games when limited to 1 game per console and franchise.
Cool.
This is cool. I reckon we can just name a console.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then just say our top game, and we can just go through a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So I'll read out Dolphin's first. Dolphin has said, for Nintendo 64, Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah.
PS3, Mod Nation Races. Very interesting choice.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard of it, but I know nothing about it. Game Boy Advance is Donkey Kong. PSP is Tony Hawk Underground 2 Remix. Great choice. And PC is Portal 2. Also a great choice.
Cool.
Very good.
We're not gonna. These won't be ranked. We're just gonna say consoles because we don't fucking. Because he's gone
totally.
both his favorite games by top 5.
That is
as well.
also five to 1. I just read them in.
Yeah,
didn't notice that.
Yeah.
So PS1. It's gonna be a Crash or a Croc.
Yeah. I mean, no, I would probably say Crash 3. Crash Warped, because that was the one that was just super varied and everything it has.
Yeah. It kept building on itself and improving, so that's probably the best one.
Yeah.
Do you have a Nintendo 64 game of choice? No.
What was your PS1?
I thought we were doing this like
as a collective.
Joint.
Yeah.
I would also probably say a Crash or a Croc. If you said Crash, I'll say Croc.
Yeah, cool. I was gonna say because that's Tony Hawk era. I was like, maybe there's a.
That's true. Oh, yeah, got me there.
If there was a Tony Hawk in there.
Tony Hawk 4.
Yep.
Yeah, all
nice.
right. Nintendo 64, I'd probably... I didn't have one. I'd have to say Zelda.
Yeah, that's fine.
I almost forgot. Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
I was leaning towards like a GoldenEye.
Yeah, of course.
Just come out.
Yeah.
PS2 / Xbox era, we can do that.
Yeah.
We can go eras.
My PS2 would probably be Everything or Nothing, the 007 game, because I lived and breathed that thing. God, it was good.
Sure. Cool. Nice. I would probably go... What was my big game of that era? I'd probably go a Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Vice City or San Andreas. I was leaning towards Halo, but
I was going to say, yeah.
I played the Grand Theft Auto games way more.
Yeah.
Way more. And there's more to do.
Yeah.
I'm now thinking Desert Island.
Yeah.
There's just so much to do. San Andreas was such a big game. There's so much side stuff and so much fun stuff to do.
You definitely had more joy going back to GTA games than you did playing Halo with Ben. Not Ben based, just like there was a lot more pain from both of you while playing those games.
And I just love an open world.
Yeah.
It's just, if there's an open world, man, chuck me in there. I will live there.
You will.
I'm doing it now.
You're in an open world.
I'm in an open world.
Yeah.
Do you have a handheld like a Game Boy? Game Boy Advance?
Yeah. Game Boy Sonic Advanced, which was a little remix of, I think, of Sonic 1 and 2 and 3, I think, probably. But I love that one. That was my go-to.
For you, my mind was jumping to Darkwing Duck.
Oh, yeah.
You've got that like sitting on your table.
I do love it.
For a while.
Yeah.
Mine would be Pokemon.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Red and blue, or let's go gold, silver, or platinum, because it's basically got red and blue in it as well.
Yeah.
The new area, plus they had the old area, which they need to do again.
They should do combined games.
They really should make like the whole world. It's crazy that they haven't done that yet. The whole, like every era you go through, every region, Kanto region, like all of it. How have they not done that?
That would be cool.
PS3, Xbox 360 era.
Yeah. Uncharted 2. Yeah,
nice. Good call.
Yeah.
Crap, what did I play? What did I have?
What did you have?
Oh, it'd be an Assassin's Creed.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Assassin's Creed.
Something gets here. One of those.
Yeah. One of the Ezio's. Yeah, for sure. That'll be it.
Yeah,
done.
Nice. PS4 series, Xbox One. That's what that is.
Yeah, Xbox One, PS4. I did have a PS4, so...
Yes, you're back now.
I looked up Xbox One games, and one of the games that came up was Hogwarts Legacy, which is
That's so funny.
insane to read.
And it's not even... I don't think it's out on it yet, but it's coming.
And like Elden Ring. Like imagine going, yeah, my favorite Xbox One game is Elden Ring.
Elden Ring. I mean, yeah, it's Marvel Spider-Man.
Oh crap! Yeah,
that's what it has to
be.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, you could say Horizon if we want one from each.
I could,
but
yeah, that's
the answer
true.
is Spider-Man.
Yeah, we can mix it up. It is Spider-Man, but yes, also Horizon.
Also Horizon.
Very good.
And here, Jen,
latest.
I don't think I've played anything good enough yet on PS5 or series. I don't think anything I could say I will take this with me.
I guess God of War.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty damn good.
It's not bad. That's enough questions.
That's it.
Let's get into Josh's favorite thing. And I'm not going to make
tear away for PS Vita.
Good.
PS Vita.
Super Mario Odyssey for Switch. There you go. Breath of the Wild for Switch.
All right. I've already chosen the Zelda account.
Yeah, true.
Crap. What have I got left?
On the Switch.
What did I really like on Switch?
Snipper clips.
Yeah.
We wreck those and we'll wreck some more things right now.
Wreck.
Ah.
It's so funny that also doesn't have a title card.
Nah.
We're just staring at each other.
Yeah. It's
like
it's behind the curtain.
Yeah. I love there's podcasts that don't get video recorded but they also still play their stings.
Yeah.
I think Weekly Planet still does it. He's got like a little stream deck or something and he just plays his things. So it's literally just them sitting there looking at each other during the stings.
Yeah, good.
I think it's just the least amount of editing that he has to do, which is probably why you do it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need one here as well. It's just it's fine. We're here.
Too good.
Go on, talk about it.
Go on. All right. So I've seen talk about God of War.
Yeah, let's start with that.
Finished it. I did it. Bloody did it. Got to the end. Not how I expected though.
Okay.
Honestly, can I go spoilers?
We're gonna do
Can we flag them?
Yeah, we can flag them, but we're gonna do a big pod.
Yeah.
We want to do a big pod, so can you tease the spoilers you wish to say?
Can people just jump forward 30 seconds?
They can.
All right. Jump forward in 30 seconds if you don't want God of War spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Honestly, I thought Kratos was going to die.
Yeah.
With some of the stuff that I saw online.
The Blood in the Snow, the song at the Game Awards.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah. And like, it's in the prophecy, which is the whole thing of the game. Mm-hmm. And then throughout the game, they're like, we're going against prophecy. It's not going to happen. But then it keeps happening. Everything that they do, they keep following the prophecy. And I really swore that it was going to happen.
Yeah.
There you go. Cool. That's probably 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Great. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
So I finished it.
Worth the journey?
It was. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very fun. I enjoyed pretty much all of it. I think I can't think of a thing that I didn't enjoy, but I wasn't like jumping out of my seat.
There will be a pod on it very soon, I think, with you, Ben, and Sam. So everyone get keen with that.
Absolutely.
I'll quickly say, I guess I've literally only got 2 things, so I'll say my quick bit of watching, and it's just I recommend you go watch The Mandalorian again.
Oh, you rewatched all of it?
I rewatched selected episodes, so I rewatched the first 2. And then the last 2 of season 1, which that's all you really need from that season. And then the next season, although it's wild, you could avoid the last 2 episodes of season 1 as well, because it really is not much. It's just Moff Gideon doesn't get captured, and that's it. So you could watch episode 1 and 2, and then you can watch episode 3 of season 2. This is what I almost did. Episode 3 of season 2, which is the Bo-Katan episode, because it goes, he gets Grogu, there's a nice little, episode 2 is just nice because you get to see Grogu use Force for the first time, and then it's straight to, I'm trying to find the Jedi, and Bo's like, go over here, and then you go to the Jedi episode, and then you go to the season finale, and that's all you really need. You can watch 6 episodes of Mandalorian and you're caught up, and then watch the last 3 episodes of Book of Boba Fett. That's what you really need to do.
That's that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I watched the Boba Fett episodes last night with Finchy, and it was very funny because he obviously watches The Mandalorian and enjoys it, but he is the audience that are going to be confused. Same with my parents, where he was like, what happened to the saber? Oh, he's got it. Okay. And when he gave away Grogu, like, how does that... Oh, it's in this? Okay. Oh, but what? And it's like, that's everyone next Wednesday or tomorrow at the time of this release.
Because they haven't watched Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah. It's going to be... Well, my parents watched it and stuff, but it's like, that was last year and it was in a different show. And how does that connect? It's like, they've done a very bad here. So I'm very intrigued to know how... Either it's a 6-minute recap at the start of episode 1 or somehow it's written into the show. But
could be.
It's only a 35-minute episode as well. So if there is a 6-minute recap, it's a 20-minute episode because the credits will be 8. So
yeah, right. That's a shorty. Hey,
it'll be a tight one. Yeah, but,
interesting. And that's this Wednesday. It starts up, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And we'll get there
tomorrow. Time of recording.
The final.
Final say. But that's what I've been watching.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I've watched one thing.
Yeah.
It's not new.
Okay.
But damn is it good. Back to the Future 2. Great movie.
I reckon 60% of our Rex eggs are you talking about Back to the Future.
It's so good. So this, I think, Maxine has seen the first one, but she hasn't seen the others. Somehow she's avoided seeing Back to the Future 3
on the tally,
despite it being on every week. So we're making our way through. First time she's seen it, I was like, so you don't know about hoverboards? She's like, no, I know about hoverboards. I'm like, oh, sick, great. She's like, yeah, they exist. I'm like, no, they don't. And I was like, what are you talking? Oh, hoverboards.
Yeah.
No, wrong. No. Absolutely not.
They're bullshit.
Much better. Yeah. Crazy. So she had no idea. And yeah, so fun.
That's wild.
The twists and the crossovers with the first movie, so good.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's such a good movie. I feel like it's the first time I've watched it as an adult as well.
Yeah, wow.
It was like, obviously, Back to the Future 3 I've seen throughout my life because it's always on TV.
Yeah.
Back to the Future 1, I also don't think I had watched as an adult until I watched the Sydney Symphonic Orchestra do the music behind it while we watched the film.
Yep.
Because I do not think that I realized how much incest there was in that film and how many jokes there were about it, because I don't think I was old enough to understand.
Yeah.
So as an adult watching that one, I was like, that's pretty damn funny. And then, I had not watched Back to the Future 2 because it just doesn't come up often. It's the most expletive, the most boobage and stuff, so they don't show it on TV, so it's not, you have to actively put it on to watch it.
Yeah.
It's just not something I do with movies. But far out, it's great.
It's my favorite.
Fun.
Part 2 is my favorite. Like I think I've watched it isolated from the other ones more. Like I've seen the trilogy a certain amount of times, but I think I've seen that one like tenfold of the main trilogy. I fucking love 2.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
Fun. It's so fun. It's funny watching it as an adult as well and seeing the smoke and mirrors in sections, like the flying cars, all the CG and stuff. Oh, it's a little rough, but damn, it was probably good for the time.
And it's wild because part 1 plays it so safe, and so everything is perfect. Like there is not a bad CG shot in that film. It is just flawless. But 2 is like, oh, all right, you're pushing it, guys.
But it's great. Like man. It's
all the doubles, all the Michael J. Fox doubles. It's just
incredible. When the daughter came in, his daughter, Max was initially like, "Is that her? Like, is that his girlfriend?"
Yeah,
and I'm like, from memory, I'm pretty sure that is Michael J. Fox.
Yeah,
so he's good,
amazing, so freaking good.
And then when you hear Biff's grandma yelling, I'm like, surely that is Biff.
It's just Biff.
It's got to be Biff. Like, surely they just did that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is. You never see them.
I don't know.
But I'm like, surely that is just a man yelling at himself. So good.
Yeah. So yeah, the Biff sequences are the ones that always fucking trip me out as a kid because like he passes himself the magazine in such a seamless way, and it's it's gorgeous.
Some of those crossovers are freaking great. One of the ones is when Michael J. Fox pours himself a drink at the table. And it's like Michael J. Fox, I don't think it's a cut scene either because the kid is wearing a headset, but he takes it off.
Yeah.
But he's holding a cup.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing.
And the dad pours a drink.
Yeah. Because I'd always, as a kid, because I've always looked at fucking movies like this, I was always like, there's an easy get around. Like, leave the goggles on.
Yeah.
But they make it a point to be like, it's him. It's like, guys.
How do they do that? It is
so good.
Really good. Do you know how? Have you?
I think it's just great split. Like, they were able to match where the pour was, and they probably just had a very good mask around. Like, they would have just shot it twice. And
man,
ridiculous.
Really good. Yeah.
There's
some great shots of just great angles and stuff
doubles.
where they do that.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So good.
And some of the prosthetics are terrible. Some of them are pretty damn good. Like old Biff, I think, is really good.
I think as a kid, it took a few watches or finding out that it was just him for me to not be like, that's just an old guy. Like, because it's also the posture. Even when Michael J. Fox plays other characters, they like physically contort to be the other thing.
It's really good. Yeah. And Griff is just the most annoying. He's got the most annoying voice in the world. How did they come up with that as a choice?
Yeah.
Hey, McFly! What's going on? It's like, holy dude.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Man.
So good.
Love it. So fun. So that's all I watched this week.
That's good. It's a good watch. And all I played last week was Season A Letter to the Future. I did say I was going to finish it on stream. I'm going to play it by myself. It's like a great first impression stream game, but it's not worth continuing. But it is very good. I don't think it'll be top of the year, but the core premise is it's a young girl at the end of the world, but it's really the end of a season, which is kind of the end of a period of time. So they're calling it a season, but it's like there's a big shift coming. I don't think it's specifically set in an actual period of time. It's a little bit of like a lot of indie games pull from history to create a new history. So you can kind of place where the thing is and you can add context, or you can just enjoy the game. But it's nice. It's like the trailer's kind of set up. You're taking photos, you're recording audio logs on a dictaphone, and then you like put them in a journal, and enough of them will kind of fill the journal, and that's kind of the progression system.
Cool.
But unless it's a sequence where it's specifically like take photos of these things, it's actually really nice and freeing in that you are filling the journal at your own pace and being like, I want to take a photo of that, or I want to record that. It's not like do those things. So there's lots of nice sections where you can just enjoy it. So yeah, it's a very, very peaceful game.
Yeah. Is there any challenge, or is it just a story to experience and a world to explore?
There's a slight challenge in finding, because there's sections where the book has holes and it's like little hints towards what to get. And because the world is fairly open, you could just ride past it and miss it and be like, fuck, where is this thing? So there's a little bit of that.
Maybe a little bit like Toem. There's like clues of what to take and you just have to track them down.
Super like Tom. I think when I first put a fucking Polaroid in a book, I was like, wait a second, we're back again.
Awesome.
But yes, stunning, really good game. The weirdest part is that the dialogue comes up as like comic book bubbles. And you've seen what this game looks like. But it comes up in like stark white bubbles with like slightly like Comic Sans-y text. And it's like, fuck, man. Like, you could have done something really interesting.
Weird.
I think I said on stream, I was like, Josh wouldn't have done this. He would have found a better way.
That's right.
This is insane. But yeah, other's very, very pretty game.
Beautiful though. Yeah.
Very pretty game. And that's what I've been looking at, because this is the era of, well, you remember when I was watching and playing and doing so many things? No longer. I'm too busy.
None of the time. All right, so I played a couple of things.
Yeah.
Not to completion. Mm-hmm. One I will actually never go back to. Mm-hmm. I started Atomic Heart on the day it came out.
Is this the one?
I was so excited. I was so excited for this freaking game. I was keen. The first time we saw it, it was like weird. There was like weird freaking robots, the dude with the hand and the weird tentacles coming out of his hand. And we were like, what is this?
Oh,
This is
yeah.
freaking so
I can't wait
strange.
to play this.
No. It's just, man, they've set up an interesting world. They've set up an interesting premise.
Very Bioshockian.
If there weren't so many games out right now that I really want to play, this is really unlike me too. I would stick with it purely to to find out the story. But
and look at the sexy robots.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's just like, I didn't see, there wasn't enough here that warranted me really continuing to play this game and push through.
Yeah.
Honestly. And that is insane for me to say.
You played Power Wash.
To say. I played Power Wash Simulator and 100%ed it. Like, this... it's just like, okay, the writing... Maybe there's some translation things here.
Yeah.
But the writing and the voice acting is awful. The voice acting is so bad. Like, the main guy, they're just like, let's just find the most generic asshole we can and tell him to just read these lines that are just the most generic, boring things I've ever heard. And he just sounds like a dickhead. All the time. Like, from the moment you open the game, he is abusing his glove, which talks to him. Like, he just hates the glove. He hates everything. He's just so mad. It's like, man, it reminds me of almost like Forspoken, where I've heard people say that she just, like, you know, that her bracelet or whatever is like witty and has all these dumb witty retorts, and then she just hates it and pays it out all the time, and they just fight each other. It's not like that, because it's artificial.
Not interesting either.
The glove is legitimately just trying to help, and it's like, I've set a waypoint, and your guy's just like, shut up, glove, I think I know where to go, I know what my mission is. Like, calm down. And the glove's like, my name is Charles. And it's like, no, you're a freaking glove, I'm not calling you glove. It's like, dude, just freaking relax, man. It's like, God. Why? From the moment the game opens, he's just angry at the freaking glove. It's so bad. It's so annoying. And the fact that your character hates everything in this game, it's like, what?
How am I supposed to enjoy it?
Like, come on. The most interesting parts are occasionally you come across essentially like an audio recording that you can play, and it adds to the world and the world building and the collapse of everything. Which can be interesting, because I think they have set up an interesting world of this is like an alt history of Russia winning the war. And therefore Russia, you know, they were the first ones to the moon. They push technology forward in different interesting ways and stuff. So there's interesting stuff there. And then, you know, they've created a utopia in the sky. So it's essentially BioShock 3. Then as you go, you unravel through these voice recordings and through the story and stuff, the corruption, and that there was like resistance movements who have broken in and hacked things and all of that. And all of this, it's all just falling apart because there is no utopia that can be obtained. Because there's always going to be corruption. Always. And so it's an interesting premise. Like, it's kind of worked, and it's almost the start of BioShock before the fall, and you watching the fall happen, whereas all the BioShocks you come into it afterwards. Although BioShock 3, I think,
similar, you
turn up and then everything goes to crap. And this game has been compared to BioShock a whole bunch, and it is, because like, you get first ability, you get like a zappy like electricity ability, which is the first thing you get in BioShock 1. It's just that, plus a bunch of gameplay and stuff like that. So it's just a total copy of that. But other than the story and I felt like I was fighting the controls all the time too. I like the combat. I cannot get used to. It feels really messy and like floaty. Like you're just swinging your like when you've got like a gun.
Yeah,
it's so like floaty that it just feels like really inaccurate. I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So I'm in a fight that you get like half a second of a flash before it's like you can like parry or dodge an enemy that just flies at you. It's just like bang. You're like, holy crap, dude! Like what the hell?
Give me a sec.
And because all the movement is so weird, like I feel like I'm never even looking at an enemy that's just attacked me. It's just it feels so messy.
Oh man,
it sucks. I don't talk about games like this.
No, I was going to say, you're never disappointed.
I find the good in games. There's even a weird thing, like before any of the action had started.
Yeah.
I noticed a weird thing where when you walk forward, just if you're standing still and you walk forward, the camera zooms out for a second. But it doesn't go like like a sort of like catch up because it's all first person.
Yeah.
But it's almost like it goes into, as soon as you start walking forward, the field of view sort of expands just a little bit into like a bit more fisheye, and it like things just stretch a little more. Yeah, it's just feels weird. I don't understand. And then my final gripe, which I could not hold back from sending you and telling you that I was playing this game, which is often what we do with most of the things we do during the week. We don't tell each other. The controls just cut out for me completely twice. So I was just playing the game, got into a fight, and then all of a sudden I had no movement, no camera control. I couldn't shoot, I couldn't dodge, I couldn't change weapons. I could only pause the game. I could only freaking pause the game. That was it. And I was in the middle of a fight. Yeah. So I was like, okay, that's a dumb bug. That sucks. I died because I couldn't do anything. Yeah. Went back to the checkpoint, which was kind of like 5 minutes away, which was just enough to be like, that's an annoying amount of time. I made my way back through all these enemies, especially in a game I already wasn't really. Yeah. And I was back at that checkpoint for something that was not my fault. Got back there again, same, like almost the same point. Controls cut out. Couldn't do it again. And then while I was recording the video to send to you to show you that I just literally couldn't do anything, the enemies that were all around me, there was like 3 or 4, stopped damaging me. They were just walking around.
Even they were like,
Yeah, I couldn't die. So like, even if I wanted to wait and go back to the checkpoint, I'm sure there was a reload checkpoint in the pause menu, but I didn't want to play anymore. No. After that.
You just wanted to die.
And I couldn't even do that in the game. It was so stupid. It was awful. So I just closed it, deleted it. I'm like, nah, I can't come back to this. Yeah. If someone can give me a good enough reason to come back to it, then maybe.
I don't think you'll find one.
Someone else is out there playing this game and is like, it's freaking worth it when you get to this point or whatever. But then I've seen like the latest trailer as well. I'm like, I don't know. Like, there's just explosions everywhere. I'm like, this just isn't.
It doesn't look as good as it used to.
No, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
It looked like a weird, like, psychological thriller.
Yes. It looks more controlled than BioShock.
Yeah.
But now it looks shooty bang. It doesn't even look BioShock. It just looks like a shooter. In all the marketing, it just looks so generic.
It's bizarre. Yeah. So, no.
Weird. Let's go.
So the next day, I booted up GoldenEye.
Good.
And I played the first level a couple of times, purely because I jumped in, and I'd only played it at friends' houses because I didn't have a Nintendo 64. Yep. So I didn't get much out of it. I probably played the first 3 to 5 missions a whole bunch of times at different people's houses all the time. So I didn't realize that depending on your difficulty depended on the objectives.
Yes. Yeah.
Didn't know that. Yeah. So I thought, the first one was just make it through the level, jump off the cliff. Yeah. I didn't realize there was things to do.
There's things to do. Yeah.
So I went to I was like, I'll have a medium challenge. Did that. Went through the thing. I was like, I cleared out every area because I know I can just go straight to the dam and jump off. You can do that in like a minute.
Yeah.
I think that was a thing on Back Pocket where you guys raced.
We did it.
Very, very cool.
I'd never played the game before, and I fucking won.
Yeah, right. Nice. Very good. So I just went through, cleared out all the enemies and stuff and was just walking around exploring the area. And then I think I came across something that was like, there was some like chip that didn't get installed into some console at some point.
Yeah.
And I was in an area at some databases and it's like chip not installed or whatever. And I was like, what? I thought I just had to jump off a dam. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So I went in and like looked for the objectives in the pause menu and found them. I was like, oh, there's something else to do.
There's more here.
So I finished the level and jumped off and it was like mission failed because I didn't do the other thing.
Yeah.
And then I went into the difficulty and scrolled through and it's like 1 objective, 2 objectives, 4 objectives. And I was like, holy crap.
There's a game
more
here.
to do. That's awesome. So I never finished it because I couldn't work out how to do it because I think you've got to go into like an inventory and I didn't know where that inventory was. So I'm going to jump back in and figure that out now that I actually...
I think it's in the watch or something.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like in the pause menu, I think you get out like a chip that you have before you leave for the mission. You don't collect it on the way or anything like that. Yeah. You just have it, which I didn't know. Again, basically never played this game before.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go back, and I feel like I want to go back and go through the hard difficulty
and finish the game,
the full game.
Yeah, cool.
It'd be kind of cool. Yeah, and I'm also going to jump into Hi-Fi Rush at some stage.
Yeah, good.
So
have fun.
That's what I'm playing.
I don't think I could play GoldenEye as a game. Like I think having played it the way I played it on Back Pocket, and that was my first experience of the visual of the world. I think if I played it now, I would just run everywhere. Like to me, that's the game because that's how I experienced it for the first time. So
that's so funny.
Like in my mind, thinking about it, I'm not even. It's not a James Bond game. It's just like a speed running game.
Yeah, right. Interesting.
Because I don't think I shot anyone.
That's so funny.
I didn't shoot a single person in my run. I just ran through.
Just press some buttons.
Yeah.
Open some gates.
Missing the stairs. God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
It's just always like, fuck.
But too funny.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Nice.
And before we wrap it up, which we should soon, let's head over to the TV guide.
Do it.
Kicking off today, so there's probably a few Pocketeers and Toes that aren't listening to this. It's Destiny 2 Lightfall. It's on everything. I'm surprised how much Destiny's just on everything. So I don't know who I'm talking to because you're already playing it. But tomorrow, Wednesday, the 1st of March, Mandalorian Season 3 premieres on Disney Plus, as well as Scars Above on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, which was it kind of gave Returnal vibes. They debuted it in a thing a while ago. You'll remember it when you see it because I think it was in a reaction thing with the three of us. It may have just been the two of you.
Scars Above?
Scars Above.
There it is.
But it's kind of horror, survival shooty.
I think I remember
sci-fi thing, which I'm actually interested in. I'm sure it sucks.
Yeah. Because it's like Returnal, and she looks like Lara Croft.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm intrigued. Maybe it'll be good. I don't think it will. Thursday, the 2nd of March, we've also got a big day for movies. We've got Creed 3. A mere 2 weeks after beating Ant-Man, he's also back. Jonathan Majors beating Michael J. Good. Like no time. All these movies are just out at the same time. We've also got Living, which is Bill Nye as an old dude with like a terminal illness, and it's one of those similar to Man Called Otto, old guy with like grumpy outlook on life now has to look at life in a different way.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it will be incredibly sad and funny. And then also Empire of Light, which is one I'm very excited for. It's a very British movie set in Blackpool in the 50s, I think, potentially. But both Living and Empire of Light were movies from last year that are finally hitting Aussie cinemas. So I'm very excited to jump into those. Friday the 3rd is Wolong Fallen Dynasty on PlayStation and Xbox. This is my first Pocket League pick, so I'm hoping it does well. It's from the devs behind Neo, so I assume it will. And it's a very Neo game, so I'm sure it'll be fine. And then wrapping it back around before the next pod, Monday the 6th, it is History of the World Part 2, which is the sequel to Mel Brooks' History of the World film from ages ago.
Wow.
It's very exciting. I think it's hitting Disney Plus for us. I think it's a Hulu movie in America, so it'll be Disney Plus for us.
Okay. Is there the first one on Disney Plus too?
I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Interesting.
You hope so. But it's it's got the expected SNL and American comedian alumni. It's just Mel Brooks is sitting in a chair doing interludes. But I assume he was behind the writing of it. But yeah, it should be fun. And that's kind of it. It's a slow year, I feel like, despite that being a lot of things. It just doesn't feel like the bombardment of content we had last year, which is maybe a good thing. It's giving other things room to breathe. But
we have had a solid bombardment of Pedro Pascal, though, because we've got 2 shows for the next few weeks at the same time.
Oh, yes.
With him in them.
Very excited.
2 days
Very
apart.
keen.
So good.
But that's it. That's all we're going to talk about.
We've done it.
Josh has to go rest his larynx. And blow his snores.
I look a little more awake now.
You do?
I always start these like, man, I look so tired when I wake up.
Yeah.
Like doing reaction streams and stuff. Like, man, I do not look like myself.
Yeah.
It takes a while for my face to mold back to itself.
It's there.
Awful.
It's there.
Awful.
The rubber is set.
That's it.
And if you're set on getting more content from us, you can head to
good one.
etto.card.co. It's double R in the card, and that's where all our links live. That's it. That's enough talking.
Bloody done it.
Let's go. Until next time, I've been Will.
I've been Josh.
Night-night.